Alright guys, in today's video I am working on my 2006 GMC Envoy that I've dropped a 70s model small block 305 in.
That's my dream car.
You can get it, sir! So, there's several things I had to do. I had to wire up a fuel pump in this video. I had to wire up the ignition. I had to wire up the starter circuit. All of these to get this thing to fire up and drive under its own power for the first time. So I hope y'all enjoy the video. I've been having fun doing this, and I hope that y'all have enjoyed it. So the idea on this video is to drop a small block Chevy into something that has a LS. Everyone swaps LS's and everything, Camaros, Mustangs, it doesn't matter. LS goes in everything. No one has ever dropped a small block Chevy in something that had an LS, and a lot of y'all have been like, well, why are you doing this? Well, that's why, because no one has done it, and it's fun for me, and yeah, it's not like I'm like ruining a perfectly good car. It's a 2006 Envoy.
My dream car.
You can get it, sir. So, yeah, I've had a couple of complaints like, why would you do that? Why not? I mean, no one's done it. And I'm having fun doing it. And I might do a series on stuff like that, like dropping stupid engines in like nice stuff. I got an idea on another one, by the way. So, so there might be another video or two on this because I'm having fun with it, and I only have 2 days a week to shoot videos on this stuff, so I can't get a whole lot accomplished on it without, I'd go a whole month without posting a video. So guys, I hope y'all enjoy this video. I know I have, and just know that upcoming videos, it's going to be getting it like on the road, like driving. Maybe I'll take a road trip somewhere on it. I don't know, but it's getting pretty close to being done. So I hope y'all have enjoyed this series on the 06 Envoy un-LS swapping, and yeah, there are going to be other videos kind of like it in the future. So guys, let's get to the video. Alright guys, so I'm going to figure out what went on with the starter on this thing. Go ahead and fix that. Then I'm going to have to wire up the starter where I can crank it up from inside. Then I have an accelerator cable to hook up and this and that. So I got plenty I've got to work on. But first thing I'm going to check is the starter. So let's crawl up underneath and see if we see anything obvious. Is there anything obvious? I don't see anything obvious. Ah, the starter's broken. It sure is. Brand new starter and it broke. Okay. Well, let's see if we can remove it. So the snout is busted. I don't know why it broke. I don't recall hearing any problems. It was cranking it over fine, but yeah, this part of the snout is broken. All right, there we go. Broken snout. Alright, so the starter is going back in. No, it's not. I hate how tight this is and how heavy this starter is. Starter's back in. All right, let's give her a shot. All right, so I'm gonna go up top and I'm gonna try to jumper the starter relay and see how this starter sounds. Whew. So guys, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install a fuel pump to pump through the electric fuel pump in the tank. Ideally you want to get rid of that, but for today's purpose I'm going to install the fuel pump. So I've got this, it's from O'Reilly's, part number M16016. It was like 30 something bucks, 40 bucks cheaper than the those Edelbrock ones or whatever, which I've had problems with. This is a cheaper pump cash wise, but it has lasted longer than those other pumps that I've bought in the past. So these are pretty good pumps. So I'm going to install this on the car and hook up the throttle cable hopefully, and see about making it where I can drive it out of the garage and then back in. So that's what I'm doing. Come on, open up. And you can get this pump at O'Reilly. Wrong pump, guys. There's another pump. This is a mechanical pump that I was planning on running on it, but I don't have time to install it. So I'm doing the electric. So scratch the other one. So here we go. Basically the same box. Same box. So y'all can see why I made that mistake. Part number E16010. This is the electric fuel pump that I was talking about. This is what it looks like. Good pumps, good pumps. Comes with a bracket, comes with the nipples, some short hoses, hose clamps, metal nipples. Alright guys, so my starter doesn't work to the ignition switch, so I'm going to do something really janky. So that, well, I mean, I suppose I could just crank it up and back it out. Alright, let's hook up the battery. Done. Alright, we're going to jumper where the relay goes. So I go battery voltage and it sounds exactly the same as whenever I started. It sounds terrible. But it at least is turning over again. So that's good. So now we're going to work on, you know, I can probably listen to it fire up again. Let's see if it even will hit. Nah, there's no fuel in it, and that's okay. Alright, so let's see what we can do now. I'm going to open up the top of that carburetor and I'm going to try to clean it out. I really would love to take the intake off and put a 4-barrel carburetor on it. 4-barrel intake and carburetor on it. But I'm not going to be using this engine. This engine is just merely for mock-up purposes. And I want to just see how this thing goes. I really would like to put a spicy 327 in it. Something with a little bit of a cam to it. So that's what I'm going to do. But for now, I'm going to get this whole thing buttoned up and running with this engine and have it moving under its own power. So let's start on that carburetor. Alright, so I've taken the accelerator pedal out and I have drilled multiple holes in it, and I'm running a cable off of it to run through the firewall and to the carburetor. So that's what I'm doing right now. Should be pretty easy and quick, hopefully. And then I'll be able to get to the wiring on this. So I got a wiring schematic. I'm going to try to get the ignition cylinder to, hit the key and it fire up. So I got some things I got to go through. So, but I think it'll be okay. So let's get this pedal reinstalled and get the throttle working. So I believe I am ready for the maiden voyage. Fuel pump's wired up. It's electric. I do have a problem with the in-tank pump, so I've got a auxiliary right now, so hopefully that'll be all right. I have the starter wired up. So what I did was I took the starter relay out. It goes in this position. I've got the wire into this pin right here, which would be the 87 pin going directly to the starter, and then I have power from the starter fuse, the crank fuse. So I just jumpered the crank fuse directly to the starter junction block, whatever. So it might crank up and run. So I'm going to be like, it's going to crank and run. So I'm going to put the hood down. because I want to go for a ride, and I'm hoping this is going to work. So I'm so confident. I'm just going to open up the door and I'm going to do it. All right, so let's see if it'll fire up. I hope it will. Got to move some tools. I'm going to just throw them on the ground for right now. Let's straighten out the wheel. Wheel is straight. Let's crank it up. Up the gas. It's running. Let's see if it'll go in reverse. Backing up. It's running. It's driving. The instrument cluster's lit up like a Christmas tree. Shift. It is not shifting. Could be something simple. The kick down cable is not hooked up. I guess I need to figure out the shifting. First test drive, guys. Not bad. Not bad at all. Dudes. All right. Looking good. Looking good. Okay, guys, so I reckon that's it for this video. I drove it down the road and it's doing fantastic. Needs some tweaking, but hey, it's running and driving. Next video I'll get the exhaust run on this thing and I'll get all the bugs worked out and I'll figure out the transmission not shifting. But guys, it's running and driving. I drove it down the road. Hallelujah. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch y'all later. No wonder it wouldn't shift. The modulator valve isn't hooked up. Happy Father's Day, Dad.